Not a bad idea. We don't know what's gonna happen when we get out of hyperspace.
Bet those moves are really gonna impress Lady Hellbender.
I do not need to impress her. Besting the great Fang Foom is proof enough of my combat skills.
Yeah, that would do it.
I'm not sure Lady Hellbender was really impressed with how we handled that fight. You know, since we accidentally killed that dragon before Groot revived him.
Would you not be impressed by a man slaying a dragon?
Maybe if he does it without my help.
Wonder what would have happened if we hadn't hidden Cammy in there. No way we could have escaped after Drax locked us in. Oh, cute. That's from Maclu, right? Better not make toxic spores like those big ones in the forest. I wonder if he knows what it is.
He does.
Mantis! Groot! Hey!
Hey, Star Guy.
Shouldn't you be keeping this in the fridge since it came from Maclu?
I am Groot.
Just like you, Sir Groot.
What did he say?
Oh, just that with the right care, the plant you gave him can survive pretty much anywhere, even on spaceships. I can see why you'd want plants in space. It's so...
Empty?
I am Groot.
Yes, dark. And gloomy and doomy. Blech. I prefer home to be on the ground.
I am Groot.
Aw, such a cutie. And if you can't go to your planet, make your planet come to you. Wait, does that make Little Fuzzy your maintenance mammal?
Maintenance mammals? There were creatures like Rocket on your homeworld.
Oh, yes.
I am Groot.
He says there were lots of little furry babies on Tulunia.
Tulunia.
You know, Planet X.
Ah.
But Little Fuzzy wasn't one of them. He's one of a kind. The maintenance mammals on Tulunia were servants to Groot's people.
Gross.
I am Groot.
That's terrible!
What?
He says the other saplings were big meanies to the maintenance mammals. They'd hurt them. For fun.
I am Groot.
But Sir Groot says he preferred their company over his people because they were super smart and nice.
I am Groot.
He says their kindness reminds him of Little Fuzzy.
Really? Rocket?
I am Groot.
Aw, you big sweetie. He says he couldn't protect his friends on Planet X, but he can protect Rocket.
He's lucky to have you, man. Hell, we're all lucky to have you.
I am Groot.
Now hug.
Oh,
Maybe later?
what was your home like? You know, before?
I am Groot.
Beautiful.
I am Groot.
He says he wanted to be a forest caretaker, so he could spend time caring for all the wonderful plants that grew there.
What stopped you?
I am Groot.
His dad. Sir Groot's a prince? Just like you, Star Guy.
Wait, your dad was a king?
I am Groot.
A big meanie. He says his dad and the other Arbor Masters were corrupt. They favored the few over the many and turned sentient mammals into slaves.
Why are all dads that happen to be kings always dicks?
I am Groot.
Yeah, power sucks. Even the wisest tree and purest water can be poisoned.
I am Groot.
Sir Groot says it's up to us to be the antidote. Gardening helps him find purpose and healing.
I get it. My mom loved her garden.
Me too.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help you with your garden or make the Milano feel more like home, let me know.
I am Groot.
He says thank you, Pete.
Mantis! I've got so many questions.
I know, and I want so many answers, like, seize the means of production, or it's not just a rash, or yes, it is gluten-free.
not the answers I was looking for, but now I'm wondering about the questions.
What questions?
What happened on Lamentis after we left? You said some people would survive, but that doesn't fare super well for the others.
Many of the elders died. They didn't resist the invasion, but they would never accept the promise. It isn't their way.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Their sacrifice bought time for me and the Kotati to hide most of the others. They will emerge when the galaxy is saved.
So you were able to hide them in the caves. Hope you told them to stay away from the fog. How did you convince Lady Hellbender to meet us on Maklu 4? You weren't even with us when we decided to go.
Actually, convincing her to go after you wasn't hard at all. But convincing her to hear you out? Whew, that was tough. I had to get all creepy mystical and spook her with warnings about what would happen otherwise.
You told her about the end of the universe, and she believed you?
Oh, no, not at first. But when I brought up all her precious monsters dying, she came around. Couldn't take that chance with her babies, you know?
Well, I'm glad to have you with us.
Oh, good, because you're not always glad.
Why not?
Well, sometimes I'm your ex-wife.
What?
I think she's pulling your leg, Quill.
It only ever happens the one time, but it's so funny.
So, how was it riding along with Lady Hellbender? Did she have you try on battle armor?
Oh, no. She's very respectful of other women's bodily autonomy. We just talked. She asked about you.
Really?
She wanted to know if you'd give her your bomb recipe.
Gamora, I was only looking.
Relax. I'm not gonna kill you. This time.
Okay, good.
I, actually never got a chance to say thank you for the doll.
Oh, no problem. I know how you like this kind of stuff.
It was very thoughtful. I can count on one hand the number of times someone has given me a present without expecting something in return.
Wow. Christmas gifts from Thanos must have really sucked.
That's putting it lightly. Thanos wasn't the giving type. Everything was a mind game designed to control us, gifts included. So thank yous aren't exactly my strong suit. Something Mantis says I need to work on.
How do you know Mantis? Did she give you one of her weirdo fortunes or something?
Not exactly. How do you know her?
I maybe tried to pick her up in a bar once.
And how'd that work out?
Good. Until she did the creepy antenna thing. I was half expecting her to start chanting, Red Rum, Red Rum.
Red what?
Doesn't matter. Point is, she's a wacko for sure. A really hot wacko. Who happens to be your friend?
Yeah, well, that wacko saved my life. A few years ago. Someone got the jump on me. An assassin. Nearly killed me. Mantis happened to be in the right place at the right time.
Seems to have a knack for that.
Yeah. Turns out I had no idea how badly I need someone like her in my life. Up until then, I'd been so lonely. After the war, the resistance disbanded. Richard Ryder got busy with politics, and the world mine had no use for someone like me.
An assassin?
Something like that. Thanos trained me to be a weapon, not a peacekeeper. Once a weapon, always a weapon, you know?
Is that why Mantis mentioned suicidal urges? Because I get it. I've been there. I'm pretty sure we've all been there at some point.
Let's just say I'm not in that place anymore. Because of Mantis. She showed me another way. A place where maybe I can be needed.
What kind of gifts did Thanos give you? Weapons, poison, the metal wire thing you used to strangle people with?
He gave us dolls. Once. Stupid, ugly things from Xandar.
Wow, okay. That's surprisingly girly.
What? I can't be feminine?
No, just... I was really sure it was gonna be a knife or something.
Like I said, Thanos liked mind games. It was unusual for him to be... kind. We didn't even have a bedroom, yet here were these dolls. Purposeless. And they were ours.
Do you still have it? Like, is it in your collection?
No. I lost the one Thanos gave me when I was 6. She was the ugliest doll I'd ever seen. I cried so hard when I lost her. Nebula hurt me. She loved her doll, and I knew she wanted another one. So when she came in to check, we started to fight.
Bet Thanos loved that.
He found us fighting, saw my tears, and laughed. Turns out, the dolls were a lesson on the importance of not getting attached. To help us understand that, he took Nebula's doll and threw it into the incinerator.
That's... I can't imagine.
Nebula didn't understand why he did it, only that I was somehow responsible. I started collecting these a few years ago. After Nebula... After I knew I'd never see her again. It's dumb, but I guess I'd do it for her.
Wow. I'm glad I bought this for you. And I can promise that there are 0 strings attached to anything I give you. You're an important part of this team, Gamora.
Thanks, Peter. Truly. No, not like that.
What is it?
Your angle of attack was off. You have to go at it from the inside out, especially since Raker's body armor has inward folds.
Tactically sound observation.
I noticed it made a big difference when I had to assassinate a congregation of Badoon dignitaries. They were wearing so many layers.
You're overwatering, Sir Groot.